Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Samantha Leighanne and I talk about books. I haven't done a book haul in a really long time, so here we are with a book haul. Look at that shit. I don't know how many books this is, hold on. This is 18 books. However, this is stretched out like over a sum of months. In addition to Christmas, birthday, gifts, I have split this into 3 categories, one of which is Christmas holiday gifts, 2 book of the month, 3 my birthday. So yeah, there's a lot of books to talk about, so let's just do the thing. This is a lot of variety. We're gonna start with gifts because that just seems like the best thing to do. So the first thing that I received was Don't Look Now. This is by Daphne du Maurier. This is a short story collection. Daphne du Maurier, for those of you that don't know, she wrote Rebecca, Jamaica's Inn, various other books that I have not read. I have not actually read any Daphne du Maurier, but I know that I'm going to love it. I just know in my heart. This was gifted to me from Jocelyn. She was my secret Satan, as we called them, from our BookNet Fest crew. So thank you again, Jocelyn. I so appreciate you. I love it so much. So the next is a book that I was really excited to get my hands on, and that is I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. Mason is a non-binary author, and this is a book that I feel is very important. I'm kind of kicking myself in the fact that I haven't had a chance to read it yet. This is about Ben and Nathan, and Ben also comes out as non-binary, and I just feel like books like this are really important, and it is really important that they are published and boosted and all of those things. As a person who has someone in my life that is also identifies as non-binary, I can't help but think that books like this would have been really helpful for them whenever they were growing up. And so I am very excited to actually get a chance to read this. This was gifted to me from Austin, and I have no idea if Austin regularly watches my videos. Austin is absolutely amazing and I love them so much. So the next book that was gifted to me is Summer of Night by Dan Simmons. From what I understand, Dan Simmons is actually a shitbag, but I hear amazing things about this book. This was gifted to me from Bobby. Bobby Reads Too Much, and I am so grateful. Hopefully I've sent her a message to thank her for this. Obviously, Summer of Night, it's vampires. I'm really excited to read this because I've heard really good things. So this is a book that was like on my horror TBR and like all kinds of stuff. So next thing that was gifted to me, Full Throttle, Joe Hill, novella collection, short story collection, something along those lines. I have seen such mixed things about this, but in general, I really enjoy Joe Hill and his writing. So I'm hoping to like this a lot. And this was gifted to me by Jeff. And the very last gift that I received is Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. And I have read this book. I did not own this book. This is a book that I loved so much that I wanted to own. And so Brandy from Brandy It's Books, who is also part of my BookNet Fest crew, who I love so very much, gifted this to me for my birthday. And she is the absolute sweetest human, and her channel is great, and she's just a wonderful person. And so if you don't watch her, you really need to. But this is one of my favorite haunted house stories. Those of you that have been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I enjoy haunted house stories. I'm gonna be doing a recommendations video on haunted house stories soon, but I loved this one. So if you haven't read this and you do like haunted house stories, read it. So those were the books that I was gifted, and so we're gonna move into book of the month. So for January, I actually got 3 books and only used 1 credit because you got to pick like a book of the month or book of the year finalist for free, and then you got like a free, or I got a freebie because my birthday is in January. So that was pretty cool. But one of the books that I picked is A Woman Is No Man, and this is, I honestly just picked this because I did. I don't remember why, if I'm being completely honest with you. 3 generations of Palestinian American women are torn between individual desire and their strict Arab culture in this powerful debut. A heart-wrenching story of love, intrigue, courage, and betrayal that will resonate with women from all backgrounds, giving voice to the silence and agency to the oppressed. So that's why I picked it. Now I remember, that's why I picked it. This is one that I got in November. So, just an FYI. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I've seen really terrible things about this book, honestly. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to feel about it. I know that this is supposed to be dark, it's supposed to be heavy, but I know that there are some problematic elements and it's not written very well, so I do want to read it, and I'm very interested to see what I think when I actually do get to it. Turn of the Key, Ruth Ware. I've only read one Ruth Ware, I think, and it was just okay, but this one people say is amazing, and so, you know, I like my thrillers. I really do. I'm hoping that I'm going to very much enjoy this one. I don't know exactly what this one's about, and because it's a thriller, I honestly don't want to read you the synopsis, so I'm not going to. Just know that I'm excited about it. This was another one of my January books, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue, and this is another one that has been recommended to me so many times, mostly because this deals with bisexuality. So, you know, obvious reasons on the recommendations there. I keep seeing this so highly rated and people absolutely loved this. This was one of the books that I saw the most on BookTube and Twitter and everything in 2019. This is a book that I saw talked about so much in the back part of the year. And I very much look forward to this. It's not necessarily a genre that I usually read, but I had a couple people like specifically reach out to me and they were like, you need to read this book, you know, given, you know, my coming out in the later part of the year. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And my last book of the month, book in general, is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. I read another one of hers from Book of the Month and actually really enjoyed it. It was like this supernatural, like mystery thriller type deal. And I don't, again, really remember what this is about. It looks like this is another book that goes from like two different perspectives. You have, you know, a past setting and then a present setting and things like that. So I'm wondering if this is also not going to be very much in the same vein as The Broken Girls, which again I enjoyed, so like I'm not complaining about that. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah. So, okay, so all the rest of the books that I'm going to talk about, these I obtained from Second Charles, which is one of my local used bookstores. Jeff set me loose in there on my birthday, and just, you know, let me pick out some stuff. So kudos to him. Thank you so very much. I did have a budget. I didn't actually go over budget though, and that's one of the reasons that I love used bookstores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. I picked out 8 books, one of which is actually brand new, and it's the one I'm going to save for last because it's the one that I'm so excited about. But, okay, so first one, Child Finder by Renee Denfield, and this is another book that I have read. As I read books on my shelves, if it's not something that I feel like I'm going to read again, it goes in a pile at the side of the bookshelf. I have a lot of books there right now that I need to get rid of. However, also, as I have read books from the library, books that I feel like I'm going to reread, things like that, I want to surround myself with books that I love. This being one of them. This was one of my absolute favorite books that I read in 2019. It made my best of list, and for a lot of different reasons, it's extremely emotional, but the writing in it is so good. And also, like, can we talk about how much I absolutely love the cover? Like the colors and the background with the trees. I'm here for it. It's kind of a contemporary thriller. It deals with some really heavy subject matter, and I love shit like that. But the way that she writes and the emotion that she conveys through her writing is something that just is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, loved this book. And so that's why as soon as I saw it, I was like, bitch, you're mine. Next, I picked up Her Fearful Symmetry, and this is actually the same author who wrote Time Traveler's Wife. I've never read that book. I couldn't honestly tell you what particular genre of book this is, because I have seen this book in the horror section on Book Outlet, but I don't think that it's a true horror. I don't know. I think that it's kind of maybe like mystery thriller. But also, I'm going to share with you the bookmark that I just found in this book. I don't know what language this is. That's just gonna go right down here in the trash. The only thing that I really know is it's about a set of sisters, but honestly, that's all I can tell you. But I mean, I've seen good things about it, so we'll see. Next thing that I picked up is The Bone People. Now, I also want to say that most of the books that I picked up, with the exception of a few, were books that I hadn't heard of before. This one, actually, it was the spine that caught my eye. And then I saw the name of the author, and then I read the description and I looked it up on Goodreads, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a Maori author from New Zealand, and this book actually won a Man Booker Prize, and I honestly couldn't tell you what it's about. I read the synopsis and was like, all right, cool. But this is also a author background that I've never read anything by an author of this background, and so that was honestly one of the reasons that I picked it up. So cover design got me, the name got me, it's very highly rated, so hopefully I'll enjoy it. I picked up A Sea of Poppies. This is another book that I knew absolutely nothing about. This is another book that the cover was what caught my eye, and again, it's all non-American name, and apparently this is the first in a trilogy. At the heart of this vibrant saga is a vast ship, the Ibis. Her destiny is a tumultuous voyage shortly before the outbreak of the Opium Wars in China. In a time of colonial upheaval, fate has thrown together a diverse cast of Indians and Westerners on board, from a bankrupt Raja to a widowed tribeswoman, from a mulatto American freedman to a free-spirited French orphan. As their old family ties are washed away, they, like their historical counterparts, come to view themselves as ship brothers. The vast sweep of this historical adventure spans the lush poppy fields, the rolling high seas, and the exotic back streets of Canton. I gotta tell you guys, like, this book is fucking heavy. Like, it's not that thick, but like, I think that they're Bible pages. Oh, they're Bible pages. Like, these are Bible pages. This shit's heavy. Ooh, this is gonna be fun to read. There's a whole ass glossary, and it's long as shit too. This is 500 pages. Like, that doesn't look like 500 pages. That looks like a 300-page book. Oh, this is gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm still interested to read it. And next, I picked up 13 Moons by Charles Fraser. This is the same person who wrote Cold Mountain, which I saw the movie and never read the book. I've heard mixed things about the movie, or not the movie. I've heard mixed things about the book. Some people say that it's really good. Some people say that it's not. But regardless, I wanted to give it a try, and I didn't really want it to be Cold Mountain, so I decided to pick this one up. This has to do with an American orphan boy, if I remember the synopsis correctly, and his journey through, I think that he ends up in the Cherokee Nation at some point, and so I think that's why it's called 13 Moons. So I'm hoping that that doesn't end poorly. Next, I decided to pick up Fried Green Tomatoes in the Whistle Stop Cafe, because why the fuck would I not? Because I'm Southern as hell. That movie makes me die. That and like Steel Magnolias, I love it so much, and I've never had the opportunity to read the book, and so I really wanted to, and so I saw it and grabbed it. And the other thing that I saw and snatched up is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I have seen so many good things about this book, so I was pretty stoked to see it for literally $6. And I know that he's got like a sequel or something to it coming out. Like, I don't think that it's relatively soon. I don't really know. But anyway, regardless, I've heard amazing things about this, so. And the last thing that I got is actually the only new book that I got at the used bookstore, because I saw it and y'all, so I am a huge fan of Neil Gaiman and his writing, and the very first Neil Gaiman book that I ever read was The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I loved that book for a lot of different reasons, and I have been trying to get my hands on a hard copy for quite some time, and I came across this while I was at the store today, and it's illustrated and it's beautiful. It's actually a very short book, but it's very fairy tale-ish, and it's very dark, and it talks a lot about like growing up and what that experience is like, and I loved that book so much. I'm so excited to have this and to have this particular edition, because I'm gonna stand here and like flip through it while I'm talking about it, because obviously, of course, I'm gonna flip to a page that doesn't have illustrations, because why would I not? But it's illustrated, and it's just, you know, like black and white, like it looks like pen and ink drawings almost, but I just love it so much. I really love this story, and it's a story that I'm really hoping, like, with this beautiful edition, with the illustrated edition, you know, there's somebody that I really, as I saw this, like, I want to read it with someone, to someone. So, hopefully I get the chance to do that. But yeah, I love it. This is my favorite thing that I have acquired in quite some time. So, yes. So those are all of the things that I have acquired recently. Have you read any of them? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Please make sure that you keep it spoiler free, as most of those books I have not read yet. But yeah, I don't do many book hauls anymore. You probably won't see one for a very, very, very long time because I just haven't been purchasing things unless it's been like book of the month or like a couple of things like here and there. I've been utilizing my library a lot. You guys are going to see that in my 2019 stats video, which you may have actually already seen at this point, and if it is up, I'll link it in the card above. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. If you're new here, hi, welcome, hello. If you like what you see and you want to see more, you know, you can click thumbs up or hit subscribe if you haven't already. You can also hit the little bell, doodad, and be notified whenever I upload videos if you so desire. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.